So welcome friends, let's solve this equation, A-level maths equation. What you don't want to do is try to multiply out the x plus 2 to the fourth, expanded that is, it's going to make it really long-winded. So what you want to do instead is just write it as follows. You want to make a quadratic, it's a stealth quadratic, so you can write it as follows. Within brackets, you can write x plus 2 squared, and this whole thing squared this way, because 2 times 2 is 4. It's 5, and then x plus 2 squared, and then minus 6 equals 0. So you see how we have an x plus 2 squared and an x plus 2 squared? We're looking for something of that kind. Now you can set u equal to this x plus 2 squared. And we write the equation only as a quadratic as u squared plus 5u minus 6 equals 0, you see? Very straightforward. Let's factor this. So two numbers that multiply to negative 6, same two numbers add up to 5. So maybe you can think of them, pause the video, try it, but let's see, it's going to be, well, u plus 6, and then u minus 1 equals 0, because 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and positive 6 plus negative 1 is positive 5. You see? And then just set u equal to negative 6, or u equals positive 1. And this is where you should not stop. That's not enough, because you have to remember that u is defined by this quantity x plus 2 squared. So you have to solve additional equations from here on down, okay? So you got to do x plus 2 squared equals negative 6. Take square roots on both sides. So x plus 2 squared under the root symbol equals plus or minus the root of negative 6. On the left side, the root and the squaring cancel, so you have x plus 2. On the right side, you have plus or minus. And out of that root 6, take an I out. So you're going to have an I, and under the root symbol, you have 6 left over. So it becomes I root 6 with the plus or minus, and then x equals negative 2 because you're moving it to the right side through subtraction, plus or minus I root 6. So this gives you, if you count this carefully, this gives you two answers. Negative 2 plus I root 6 and negative 2 minus I root 6. Now you just have to handle the other case where it says u is equal to positive 1. So let's do that off to the side a little bit here. So again, replace u with x plus 2 squared equals 1. Take square roots. Let's do that again. X plus 2 squared equals plus or minus the root of 1. On the left side, they cancel, so you have x plus 2 equals plus or minus 1. And then you have x equals negative 2 plus or minus 1. Separate this into two separate answers, right? So let's write down all the answers, in fact, So from the first one, it's negative 2 plus I root 6, one answer. X equals negative 2 minus I root 6, another answer. X equals negative 2 minus 1, so that's negative 3. And then x equals negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. So here are your four answers, two complex ones and two real ones. If you do this by graphing, you may reveal only, so let's be careful, right? If you graph the equation, then you very likely will show these two, but you will miss these two, you see? So graphing would not be enough in this case. Leave a like.